That was a really, really good practice. Very, very. We took a lot of time talking about it, but I thought that was one of our best practices. And it's 10, 11 days into camp, and that's showing some maturity and some growth, and not letting the physical, outweigh the mental part of it. And I was really encouraged by that. So we spent a good time talking about that at the end of practice. So we're definitely heading in the right direction, and I feel really good about that. I'm sure that you guys have questions about JT. They did the MRI. He does have a significant injury. He will be out for a period of time. It's unfortunate for him. As you can imagine, he's devastated, but he's the type of kid, he'll bounce back, and we're going to keep him involved with what we're doing. Hopefully, we're going to travel him, and he'll be in with us until he gets back to on the road to recovery, and seeing how that process goes. But he'll respond. He feels like he's let down his teammates, and it's that's the kind of guy he is. And he doesn't think about himself. He thinks more about the team, and that tells you that the character and the mindset of this program is changing. They're not thinking about themselves so much. They're thinking about what's best for the team, and he's one of those guys. So, but in recapping the day, it was shoot. I'm as pleased as I can be. We had good work, and we did some 2-minute. We did some red zone. We did third downs. We did some run drills. We did a lot of stuff today, and it was good give and take on both sides. And I see the growth on both sides of the ball really, really coming together.
Carl, when you say out for a period of time, does that mean there's a chance he comes back this season?
I don't know. We'll see after the surgery. We'll see after the surgery. I know that sometimes when they get in there and they find out, oh, it wasn't as bad, that type of thing. But it's hard to tell. The doctors, usually Dr. McCarty, he calls me right when he's done, and he tells me, what's the case and what's the time frame and all that. But we'll know that after the surgery.
Does Brendan get 100% of the reps now with the ones, and how do you kind of work Drew Carter now?
Drew's now our two. He's our two, so he gets the 2 reps, and that's something that. How about that? A freshman coming in, and now he's our second quarterback, and that's usually very difficult to get a guy ready in your first year at that position. But it can be done. I've done it before, and he understands the scope of the him needing to bring up his game as fast as we can bring it, because again he's a play away from being in the game. If something happens to be loose, so we don't have many answers. I know we have some backup plans as to what we do if we end up having a quarterback issue, somewhere down the line. We're in that discussion, and we're actually talking with a couple guys on our team about some possible solutions for that. But we're going to ride with what we have right now until that happens.
How do you balance? Obviously Brendan's got the running ability, and does an injury like this scare you away as coaches from running him as much, or do you say, hey, we just do our offense and let him be him?
We're going to let our offense, we're going to do the things that are great for him, and part of his game is, he does great things when he's getting a chance to move around in the pocket and break out of the pocket and all those things. So we're going to try to fit it around what he does best, and I think the biggest thing we're going to coach him about is obviously not trying to run over people like Sam used to do last year, jumping over people and running over people. We're not going to try to do those things, but trying to have him be smarter on his decision and how he's trying to attack contact. So I'm going to, obviously that's going to be the emphasis with him. He's completely confident about what he can do. He feels like he's Superman, and really in a way he performs that way at times. So we're happy that we have still a great caliber player that can give us a chance to win each and every week, and he's excited too. He's excited, and he's more motivated than before. Just understanding the responsibility that he has.
Can there be a silver lining for Drew, and that maybe this expedites his development?
You're hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
You and me both. I'm hoping that's the case. I just told him today. He did some good plays today. He made a great play on 2-minute where he got us down in field goal range, and it's an excellent throw. Over the top of a defender and dropped it in between the safety and the linebacker, and so he has really good qualities. But that's what I told them in front of the team, is that you're a play away from being a guy. So your urgency about what you're doing every day, it's important. You got to start preparing and thinking like you're the starter.
Now that you've had 48 hours to kind of digest that scrimmage and some of the film, has anything new stood out to you?
You know, I thought when you watch the tape, the thing that stuck out from a negative standpoint, I thought, because of their tired legs, I thought the operation on both offense and defense was slow. That's the biggest thing that stuck in my mind. But when I went up and watched the tape and saw the formations lining up and playing in the competition, I had a better feeling of what was going on. So that was the big talk and discussion after the scrimmage with the team, was cleaning up our operation. Have a better level of efficiency, getting in and out of the huddle, get lined up properly, get in the right stance, those types of things to start plays. Those are the things that need to be cleaned up, and those guys have already addressed those things.
Karl, just in the aftermath of JT's injury, did you have a conversation with Brendan, maybe just a one-on-one, just talking to him in that aftermath, or did you have a message for him now that he has been thrust into the number one role?
Well, no, and I think he knows. This situation was between he and JT to begin with, and now that JT's has this injury, he knows what the issue is by default. So, in his mind, he was thinking he was the starter anyway. Both of those guys. If you interviewed both of them individually, they would both tell you that, well, I'm ready to lead this team, and he's just being the same guy that he was, whether JT was here or not. And so I didn't need to talk to him. It was more just him working on his game, keep improving, keep stacking great practices, keep getting the ball to your skill, keep making good decisions. Those are the things that he's been focusing on, and he's been doing really well doing that.
Do you think it benefits him at all that he gets all the first team reps a couple weeks earlier than he would have if he won the job?
I think so. It should. He's getting more reps. Anytime you get more reps than when you're splitting with someone, it's definitely helpful. So, his growth has already been tremendous since that bowl game, and we're all expecting he's going to continue to just really blossom and climb and be more precise and be so much more cleaner in everything that he does from an operational standpoint. So, yeah, he should benefit from that.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.